Hello everybody, welcome back to In for the Win. I'm Sin, and here we are playing in some more Dwarf Fortress. So I again want to emphasize to all you budding video streamers, or even the people who've been doing it longer than me, that make sure you're recording your stuff, because I spent a good amount of time pretty sure I was recording and summing up what I did, and I don't have a file for it at all. So in the end, we missed out on a bunch of stuff, but we're going to cover it over in this episode here, get back on track. So essentially, I spent a bunch of time off screen getting this job done. This job of coring out the main feature, as we were calling it. Now, I guess what I have to say about that is it was a lot of bloody work, due to the fact that I had previously cut open other sections of it. So right now, I find my biggest issue is I have a really hard time discerning what's open space and what's not. So for example, in this area here, I wanted this to all be open, but it was a real pain in the butt when I already had this. I couldn't just dig down, right? There's no command, as far as I know, to like remove roof, right? So I want these guys to remove the floor, so they have to dig down. But basically there's no roof here, or there's no wall here, and there's no wall. Well, there is a wall here, but there's no wall here. So they don't want to dig down, and if they do, they basically will dig these out and they'll block off these areas. So if I wanted to dig it out, I would have actually had to mine it twice. I would have to have them dig out this entire area and then mine it out from the bottom. So some of the stuff I haven't dealt with yet, but in the end, I've got the overall idea done. So what I did was, did I load the right game? Yeah, I did. So what I did was basically start and work all the way down, and took my time and worked in nice little rows, round, round, and round. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is smoothing this out and just allowing them to have paths here. This is going to still be our guild hall floor. They're all just going to be kind of standard. Holy merciful! Look at all those animals. That is just wild. And I figured they'd be roaming around more. But yeah, so this area too as well, I would like to... Actually, I guess I should be able to dig that down, I think. This is where I'm confused, but yeah. I don't think I want this. In the end, I'm going to spend more time digging and messing around. I didn't want to spend too much time on camera, but my main piece of advice I can give you is that if you're going to do a project like this, don't utilize it first. You know, don't try and build walkways and floors. What I think that, unless you're going to do the exact same pattern, what I would do in the future is, if I wanted to build a nice big open cavern like this down, I would literally just like mine it out. I would just start at the top layer, and then I would go to my tool and I would channel. I would channel this down, right? And then I would channel this down bigger, and I would channel, and I would channel, I would channel all the way to the bottom, and then I would rebuild everything. I would rebuild floors, I'd rebuild the stairwell. That's how I would do it. So that is how I learned. Maybe you all learn better just by watching videos, but I learned by trial and error, and how much of a pain in my butt it was. Like, in reality, some stuff did happen. So for example, we got really backed up on iron ore. So I went ahead and boosted up the amount of smelters we had, and I went and specified some more people. No, that's not the right one. Metalsmith. I went and added more people to do this metalsmithing, because the furnaces and smelting is all included. So, and then I also made sure they were smelting magnetite ore, and they're still doing that to an extent. If we check our stocks and look at bars now, yeah, we're sitting at 60. And then so what, because the iron bar stopped, so did the steel. So in the end, I had to balance that out. That was one thing we were paying attention to. We've also went, if we go look up our main level here, well, actually, I think I mentioned it. I've converted this slightly. I'm going to close all this off, but we're going to just keep filling this entire hallway through. We're just going to let the guys get stuck in here, and then hopefully more of them will build up in this area here. Like, I might even core this out, and then I can basically make sure all of them are in this room, and then we can lock them out. And I guess I gotta figure out my draining process if I'm still gonna do trying to flush them into this area, but we're not gonna worry about that right this second. And I've also made it so that I haven't done it fully yet. This entire area is going to be a little kill zone, so for all the guys that do fall down in there, our archers can just come down and pick them off. That's the idea anyways. I guess it's been tested slightly. But if we scroll up, I think actually if I press shift, if you hold shift, if you didn't know it, it does 10 of everything. So you can do shift, and I just went up 20 levels of elevation. So what's happened here also is I think I showed this off a little bit. I cleaned it up a little bit. I haven't finished the rest of the stairs and put paved all the way down. But that's basically the plan, is that it's going to be paved with this nice flooring here. But I went and decided that we need more squads. So I think the people die already. They died earlier because they were not well trained, and they had to deal with a small siege and a couple of snatchers. But oh, there's a sock in there, eh? Well, that makes a lot of sense. Taking up the food. See, I wish sometimes it like overpowered the stockpile. At least there's food in there. We'll get that cleaned up. We're not gonna let the time flow too much. Honestly, this is gonna be a really short recap of an episode because there was a bunch of more stuff that's happened. So without going too far into our nobles menu, though, one of these squads is the captain of the guard squad, and so this is the captain of the guard's office up here. He's got a little lookout spot, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna figure out a way to just like tower this up, you know, kind of have like a hollow. I wonder if I put him on there, if I get like one guy on there, and he could just build. No, he has to go get the supplies. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the easy way to build a wall. It might be piece by piece, but I would like this to go at least up like there and have like this nice tower on the outside. And then what I was actually thinking was doing kind of a play on the name of Archfences. So I was thinking it would be cool though if we did like another tower here in the middle that's just like square like this, and then we do a third one over here, and we kind of like connect them somehow with like a bridge over top so that they were like a fence, or I don't know. I wanted to do something cool like that. I gotta admit, the one thing I really enjoy is seeing these paths develop. To me, that is really cool. That like the more the dwarfs walk on this, the grass just stops growing there. That's really cool. I don't know if I showed that off either. I can't remember. If we cleared out all the garbage, we put it all under here. We basically lift this bridge with the lever and smush it all. So we've got a captain of the guard. And so part of the reason why that happened was I was like, we are hitting a high population. Now, another thing I've learned in my travels, I'm just going to close all this. Another thing I've learned in my travels is that if you keep your kingdom closed off, if you don't have a bunch of visitor-friendly areas, like including your taverns and your guild halls, like these ones are all set to citizens only, and I mean, you could do long-term residents, but you don't get, I find, as much chaos as people trying to like steal your items. For the most part, it seems like when outside people come in, humans and all these other fun guys, they start planting these ideas in your dwarf's heads. Now, that could be totally false. I don't know. Maybe it's already decided in the game. But that's how I feel like it's happening. And so, right now, I've been relatively safe. I don't have to worry too much about that. But that being said, we're still going to move forward with our plan. So I went down, was it downstairs? Yeah, 2 layers down. I decided that this entire floor is going to be set for temples. That's why I've left this here. I'm actually going to have them mine this out. We're going to smooth this, and then we can put some proper temples. And I think what I'm going to do for the temples is I'm going to make them really cool shapes to kind of match whatever their worshiper is. I don't know if I can find that information. I guess I better take a look. But gonna do that, and then I set the dungeon master down here. So I've never actually dealt with the, you know, like the chains and stuff. I've only actually dealt with dungeons in the small. It didn't look like when I created a dungeon that there was a multi-option. So I'm guessing this whole area is just designated. So this is our dungeon master's area. He's got a bedroom and an office, and this is or dining hall, and his office is right there. And then while we were getting everything sorted out, we had the announcement that I was kind of expecting was that the queen, was it the king or the queen showed up? The king. Rovad Ustutatast. Ustutatast. I can't say that very well. The king showed up, and so with him comes a lot of requests. So luckily we had a fairly large room set up, or did I? I can't remember if that got recorded or not. This is the problem when you lose footage. So if we scroll our way up, we turn this entire top floor into the king/queen's area. So this is the throne room here. We've got it very much engraved, lots of engravings. What I did was I went and I specialized, so these guys still aren't super talented. Maybe I'll make this guy with 3 of them doing it. But they're talented enough that it's decent quality engravings. Some of these walls were actually platinum. So this was a huge bonus on the room. I don't know if you can see the room. I don't think it tells us. If we turn it to an inn/tavern, which wouldn't make sense, it might tell us, but we're not going to do that. So in the end, we needed to make the king happy. Why do I have stairs there? Oh no, see? It's open space. I wonder if I turned on Z-level fog, if this affects it, but I have a really hard time telling these layers apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color code the floors. But part of the problem is I'm really tired of the colors of brick I do have. I do not really like the pink and the brown anymore, and I want to get some other colors. So we are going to have to dig deeper sooner than later. So we made a quick couple of bedrooms over here, and what I plan on doing with this dining hall is turning this and making this into a little hallway where they have windows looking out over the ledge, because this is all open space. But to really make it easy on myself and to make the king happy, all we really had to do was put down some platinum floor. Platinum is a highly valued material, and it only has like decorative purposes as far as I know. I don't think I can make a platinum piece of oops, I do that every time. I wish you could auto type plat so yeah, look, there's like no armor, bins, blocks. You can make jewelry. That's what I should do. I should make some jewelry for my king. So in the end, yeah, platinum only has decorative purposes. So in this case, I had been telling my dwarves to smelt 5 platinum bars every day, or smelt platinum ore, I think, every day. And we had about 200 on stockpile. So all I had to do was throw some platinum into these rooms and get them engraving. And then next thing you know, the king is very much happy. So if we look at our list, we had this guy asking for a lot. He needs like 10 of these and 10 chests, bunch of ridiculousness. Oh yeah, but then the other thing was also that showed up was the outpost liaison, Domel Roltekud. He showed up, and he was pretty demanding as well. So we gave him a nice little office area here with some platinum in it, just some platinum underneath the tables there. That kept him happy. And I think then our mayor, where are their bedrooms? Up here? Yeah, I think these guys are still happy. I think I added some platinum to somebody else. And I think we still have a decent supply of platinum, or did we use it all? Oh yeah, look at that. 249 bars. We still got plenty. So, yeah, that was the big event that happened was, and it's honestly, it's not as much of a deal of making them happy if you haven't been to that spot. One way to do it is wide open spaces like this. Well, not, I want to say wide open, but the bigger the space, the more stuff you can engrave. Therefore, you can just increase the value of a room that way. But by far the easiest way is using a high value material. And I think if you go and look, I don't know if it's on the wiki or online, there'll be people that'll tell you what high value materials are. So you have a general idea. You know what? If we hold on 1 second here, I can probably pull up a little list I have. So on this list here, now this came out very early on in the game. And then I thought there was a list somewhere here that would tell you, well, it tells you the value of gems and then the measurement of what you need. Tells you the symbols and what they mean for items. It's a pretty handy list. I can post it if anybody needs it. But so yeah, gold is high value. Platinum, high value. Oh, can it be used in blunt weapons? Maybe. Maybe it can be. But basically, there aren't a ton of high value items, but gold and platinum are an easy way to get it so that you can make your king or queens or consorts or nobles in general happy. So we got everybody split up pretty good. Right. Anytime you add a new captain of squad, right. From what I heard, I don't know if the messenger actually does anything. I'm probably going to add one later anyways. And I definitely am going to add a hammer eventually. But again, I've been super lucky when we go to our justice menu. The only person who's ever gotten in crap was this guy didn't make something. And Moral Inal's kind of grumpy about it. Fortress Guard. This guy's injured, eh? I think these guys are part of the captain of the guard squad. So when stuff starts to happen in the fortress, because I'll probably open it up, maybe, depending on what kind of chaos I actually want to bring. There's all the different kinds of chaos and fun, I guess we call it in Dwarf Fortress. There's all types of fun you can have. But I think the fun that I want to have this time, no sentence pending, good. The type of fun I want to have, I think, is digging deep. Because basically, we got to the point where the king has said everything is ship shape. And I think that just comes once you reach a certain value. And I don't think I'm even the mountain home technically yet. But he's happy enough that he wants us to dig deeper, essentially. So I got a big open area here, which I'm not overly fond of, but underneath it is this large open area. So that explains that if you're wondering why. But one way to alleviate, I guess, like what I'm learning now is line of sight is actually a problem. Like, I don't think you want your dwarves to constantly be looking everywhere. And I think that's what's causing some of the frame rate drops. So as awesome as these areas are, I think they can affect your frame rate. That's one thing to think about that we don't often. Where's all my food? Let's take a quick look-see here and type meal. Well, there's 336 of them. I just don't think they're... Oh. I've been taking stuff for other stockpiles from... Oh my god, who's that? How did you get there? Do I not have enough tombs? Oh my god. Well, I got a couple open ones. Furniture, burial. Oh my lordy lord. I feel like I added that actually to the... Yeah, I did make claystone coffin. Sometimes you just gotta do it manually. You gotta get in there and you gotta go add a new task. You're gonna say make as many coffins as you possibly can right now before we get haunted. But overall, waterfall on your main stairwell is like, I don't want to say it's overpowered, but look how happy my dwarves are. I've got 13 dwarfs that are upset. That's like by far better than I've ever seen. So Oh yeah, and this guy's gone crazy. This guy's failed one of his artifacts, so he's running around Babylon anyway. So, and then these guys, I don't really care personally. You want to acquire an object, you want to fight. So what's your jobs? You're only a metalsmith. So like what I would probably do is this guy, I would probably put him in a squad. And then maybe we could find see? Oh no, they're just acquaintances. I hate these people who are like, I miss my family, but I decided to come over here without my family. It's like, you made a choice, Dwarf. You made a choice. So, anywho, happy dwarfs, happy fort. You know? Like, happy wife, happy life. But happy dwarfs, happy fort. So then, I'll pick somebody for my hammerer job later. I'm probably going to pick somebody who's, like, bad with a hammer. I don't know if that'll kill people, but I hear hammers can be pretty damaging. So, I'm going to... We're going to dig out all of this here as well. I haven't got to it. I did this side first. Oh no, I did get to that side. I'm slacking. I should be doing this too. Clearing all this area out. Oh, actually no, I was debating on putting offices or rooms in here. I was thinking about leaving these walls up and not having so much open space, which I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll probably do that before I... Well, not during this episode. But yeah, this is going to be a path to the temples here. And then we'll make... I don't know what we'll make over here. We'll do something. We'll make little rooms here. So maybe they'll be just for... Maybe we'll put... Oh, yeah, maybe we'll put windows or something. And then we'll display our artifacts down the temple floor. Because people have to come to the temples, right? Oh, man, we're so full of ideas. And then, yeah, we're going to core out this bottom layer. And then we're going to figure out what we're actually going to do. If I just want to keep going down. It's a big area to keep going down. And I have this thinking... Oh, look at that. We can't keep going down. We already drained the water. Well, I guess we could. We could keep going. But, we got to hit the caverns eventually. I feel like I got really lucky to make it this far down without running into the caverns. So, yeah. We got dungeons. We're going to have some more of these set up here. And then that way, I don't have to worry about ghost. Ghost. And then I'm going to make a couple more tombs to match. And then... I don't know if I want to have more little rooms like this with slabs or just like a big open like kind of cemetery, because I think I was reading that you could actually do that. You can create a big room and then just basically put dots that are tome, and then just have an open sarcophagus burial chamber idea, you know. But yeah, I think that's all we're going to do for episode 20. I know we just did a recap on episode 19, but after I lost the footage that was supposed to be episode 20, I figured this is the only really logical thing to do. So yeah, I'm going to finish digging this part out. I'm going to make these rooms, and then on episode 21, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. We're going to dig deeper. We're going to find a plan. Maybe we'll go raid some people. Maybe that would be fun. Alright, everybody. I'm Sin. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the future.